Hey everybody, welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we came to the Colyphyr Mines on a pirate ship, and yeah, we came up, killed a lot of demons, came over here, we found Mutasafen, and he has an army of mythic demons that he's going to send over to kill some Imperial Lord or whatever, and yeah, he gave me a key to remove the seal because he's betraying Hepzamirah, just like me. Or, yeah, I'm going to go kill Hepzamirah now as well. Main goal, defeat the daughter of Baphomet. Hell yeah. So probably gonna be a big battle, and gotta prepare for it, you know? Gotta be as prepared as I should be. Alright, we're buffed up. Time to go in, fight for our lives, you know? Hepzamirah, how you doing? There you are. Uh-oh, loading screen. Ah, Hepzamirah, you followed me for a long time, you frail, pathetic little stalker. But then you disappeared. You've been gone for so long, I thought you were dead. I'm glad you proved me wrong. I would have enjoyed it if you had died alone in the darkness, lost and forgotten. But I would much rather punish you in person. Behold, the great daughter of Baphomet in all her glory. Oh, Hand of the Inheritor, there is strength in the tormented angel's voice, though it quivers pain. Mickey Mouse, the false chosen one, herald of my jaded faith. How did this come to pass? Mortal, watch the golden winged servant of the impostor goddess weep. The fool flew right into our trap. Hepzamirah and I have tortured him from the moment we captured him, and the whole time he spoke only of you. It was as if he didn't care about the pain at all, at least not the pain that we caused. How's it going, Hepzamirah? So it turns out you're actually my great aunt. I must have been off sick the day they were handing out relatives. I'm telling ya. So what did my old Gramps do to you to make you want him dead? Something about your ugly face looks familiar. You're the spawn of Yigfellas, aren't you? Well, I particularly enjoy killing you. I always found your vile ancestor annoying. Your servant Votiel is dead. He will never hurt Woljif again. Votiel was an incompetent fool. He couldn't even kill a pathetic child. And blame the underlings, Hepsi. A fish rots from the head down after all. Why'd you kill Yigfellas? To prove that I am Baphomet's true heir. The weasel was always a weakling and a coward. He was not worthy of his father. He did not deserve to be the son of the Lord of Beasts. And now, only a couple of generations later, I can see what his descendants have become. Clearly, I was right. This bloodline must be destroyed so that it will not bring disgrace to my father. You're trying to impress someone by killing their kids? That's a new Why not just give Baphomet a handmade gift or something? Old geezers lap that stuff up. Woljif, shall we get revenge for your old grandpa? As if I owe that old codge or anything. Still, I'll definitely sleep better once she's kicked the bucket too. Tiefling strikes a heroic pose. Woljif Jeffto's the name. You killed my grandpa. I'm here to seek vengeance. Ah, that's no good. Can I try again? Enough. I'm sick and tired of you, you miserable little brat. When I'm finished with you, I'll send my servants to Golarion to hunt down any surviving members of the Yigfellas bloodline. I'll make sure that every last one of his vile offspring is dead. Did you know that I was coming for you? Hepzamirah stared at you contemptuously. You crusaders think that all demons are as dumb as the rabble we sent to Golarion, but that isn't true. I have prevailed in wars and battles you mortals know nothing about, and I always use scouts. My spies are everywhere. When you're trying to get the attention of Our Lady in Shadow, they told me that they were searching for me. I tracked your movements. I knew the moment you stepped foot on that ship, and I sent my slave Castaglier after you. Unfortunately, he proved just as useless in done death as he was in life. I disappeared. What are you talking about? My journey only lasted a few weeks. You haven't been seen in almost 6 months. You showed up in the abyss, caused mayhem in El Shanira, and then you disappeared. My spies told me that you had acquired a ship and were headed for Colyphyr, so I sent Castaglier to hunt you down. But then you disappeared, and up until now, I assumed you were dead. I thought you must be fish food by now, or that perhaps you have deserted, having realized your ridiculous and pathetic struggle was doomed to failure. The echo of Deskari's laughter is shrill and pleasant. The abyss is a primordial chaos. The laws of space and time have no power here, but this chaos can be controlled. You could, for example, force it to distort time around a particular ship, one that is being used by some overconfident outsiders who are used to a world of order and stability. Alright, let the angel go or you'll be sorry. How can you possibly still care for the one who abandoned you? Yeah, that's a good question. If you want the winged fool, come and get him. The demon tosses her head defiantly, lowering her sharp, curved horns like a bull ready to charge. Mutasafen stole your army from you. The demon reels as if she's been slapped. You can hear the pure rage in her voice as she hisses angrily. Mutasafen is a skilled alchemist and a gifted scientist, but he thinks too highly of himself. He was born in the abyss and spent his life here, so his knowledge and skills were too valuable to risk on the front lines. He dreams of endless entertainment in the lands of the mortals and desires the glory of conquering Golarion, but he will not live to see such triumph. He will pay bitterly for his betrayal. After all, I am the one of the few who knows the secret of Mutasafen's immortality, but you don't need to worry about any of that. You won't live long enough to see me destroy him. Alright, the portal in this room, where does it lead? It leads to the Nexus, our hub of mines and portals. You managed to put the mining of the hindering crystals on hold for a while, but the work will resume soon. I'll finish here with you, then go to Golarion, catch Mutasafen, and drag him back. I'll have to decide the best punishment for him. Can he still work with the crystals if he has no eyes? How about one eye and one hand? And of course, I'll certainly take his legs. He will continue to create an army for me, whether he wants to or not. And with these hordes, I will march through the world wound, through Mendev, and through your entire planet, from one end to the other. Mortals shall bow before Hepzamirah, daughter of Baphomet. Alright, why don't you just give up? Hepzamirah's roar shakes the ground. Her angry eyes flash crimson. When I am finished with you, I'll have you changed. You will be dragged around the army naked, wounded, and trembling. You will watch as I, daughter of Baphomet and archpriestess of his cult, take Golarion by the throat. I will bring it to its knees and make it weep like a wench that's been whipped. You mentioned your dad an awful lot. Please tell me you haven't been cooking up all these schemes against the Golarion just to impress your father. I refuse to accept that the reason for all these atrocities is something so dumb. Okay. Time for battle, lads. Time for battle. Okay, let's do this. Hepzamirah's over there. I can shoot you. Not bad, not bad actually. My evil soul. Huh. Do I have my... Not yet actually. It's kind of weird. Master Dispeller, Master Mentori Vocoder. It's weird. Oh, jeez. That's not good. Get up. Oh, Jeff, get up. I guess I gotta go up here.
Cover me, alright?
Tasma web. Uh-oh. Grave Knight's coming in. Get up. Summon my Corche. Yeah. Hepzamirah, die. Oh, I got her. Nice. That was a little faster than I thought. Run for your life. Head for the Nexus. We'll hide from this horrible Golarion and Illusionera. Oh wow, even the Echo runs away. What the heck? You'll pay for this. My father will punish you for your insolence. Hahaha, you're screwed. Behold the power. Behold the greatness. Tremble before Baphomet. Make this insolent mortal suffer, my lord, and punish this rebellious angel who refuses to bow before you. Wait, is that Baphomet? Ah, the angel who wandered into the abyss and couldn't find his way back to heaven. I've heard about you. My daughter could not break your spirit, but I will rip out your heart. My lady Iomedae, hear my final words. The leader of the crusaders is one of Arulilu Vorlesh's profane creations. His power comes from the blood of fallen demon lords. There is no hope for any of us. Looks like you overdid it, my daughter. Your torture drove the angel mad. Uh-oh. No, Inheritor. Angel, hand of the Inheritor. No! A swift execution, but I wasn't finished with this angel. There were so many games I wanted to play with them. Show your power, O Lord. Let our enemies tremble in terror. Now it's your turn, you low-life scum. How you have disappointed me. How dare you summon me here? How dare you use forbidden knowledge? Do you think I'm here to save you? No, I'm here to inflict punishment. Oh. Uh-oh. You get wrecked his own daughter.
Have I been summoned merely to push this creature to death? A mortal who still shows loyalty to the queen that exiled him to the abyss. Oh yes, Galfrey guards her glory with the jealousy of a lioness.
No, I thought Baphomet would be more muscular, you know?
But no, this creature proudly wears the knife stuck in his back like a badge of honor. Or is the betrayal weighing you down after all? Did you come here looking for a new master? One who can help you seek revenge?
Oh, is he giving me a proposition?
Can I just say it's a relief old Grandpa Geffeles didn't take after his pop. Having a tail and horns is bad enough, but walking around with a goatee-looking mug like that would be even worse.
My blood runs in you. I can smell its scent. I was not aware Igephiles was able to continue his bloodline before he died. So, you are his descendant. Come here. Let me get a better look at you. If the blood that runs through your veins is strong enough, perhaps I'll spare your life and allow you to be my servant.
Interesting.
After you trampled your own daughter to death in front of me?
Good point.
Thanks, great,
grandfather.
You are.
Yeah.
But I prefer to keep our relationship long distance. A letter every year on my birthday is more than enough for me.
Oh damn, this demon-specific mythic paths there. Where did you send the Hand of the Inheritor?
Why do you care about his fate? He was merely your overseer. Heaven sent him to watch over you. His only purpose was to remind you of your mission and to destroy you should you stray from the path. You shouldn't worry about him. He is just Iomedae's pawn, and she did not think twice about sacrificing him. The foolish angel thought he would be forgiven for leaving Regathiel and joining Iomedae, but heaven never rewards traitors with its trust.
Right, he used to be an angel. He used to be an angel to serve Regathiel, the guy of vengeance. Then he joined Iomedae, so yeah.
The Lord of the Abyss is hardly in a position to speak about treachery in the laws of heaven. Heed my words. Everything Baphomet says is either a simple lie, a lie designed to cover up another lie, or something even more dangerous, a half-truth.
Regional, bro, the music is always louder than your voice. It's hard to hear you. Did you slay your own daughter?
I have countless slaves and numerous offspring. When one of them disappoints me, I simply get rid of them. To me, you are nothing more than mayflies. Your lives are so brief. It is as if you are already dead.
Okay. I vanquished your servants, and I can do the same to you.
Even if we pretend for a moment that you have a chance of winning, have you considered what reward awaits you? Your queen knows that you have surpassed her. Your success is why Galfrey exiled you here. How will she reward you for the death of a demon lord? Will she honor you by personally slitting your throat? Sadly, we will never know the answer, because you have no chance of winning.
Damn, Baphomet's a cool dude. I like this character. Uh-oh. Baphomet's word. What was that? Did he just dispel a bunch of my stuff? Oh, crap, he did. Ah, that's not good. Alright, quarry. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, did he dispel? Yeah, he fatigued some. Damn. Okay, trying to get my greater invisibility back on. Not this way. Regil, you got your smite on you. You got your Order of the Godclaw. Yeah, let's get in there. Freebooter's Bane on him. Your True Strike. My Grave Knight's here. Okay. Got my haste back on. Alright, let's do this now. Baphomet, die! Oh, jeez. Pew 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 pew. Okay. It's not the worst, Angelic aspect. Get this way. Hit him! Oh, there we go. I'm inflicting some big stuff on him apparently. Pew 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 pew. Oh, okay. I got him. Hey, he was not as hard as I thought. You feel your hair stand on end, the blood boils in your veins, and the fire within your heart is so fierce and hot. It feels as if it's about to burn through your chest. A cry springs from your lips, and at the sound of your voice, a light envelops the cave. The ground begins to shake as your radiant presence overwhelms those around you, knocking them back into the surrounding rocks.
Which of my enemies is responsible for this trap? Who has put you up to this, you pathetic insect?
The hot lady.
Such power must have a source. You are such a curious insect. I must see what is inside you.
Forget it. I will never surrender to you. Oh, she's here actually.
Stand aside, mortal. The right to rip out his heart belongs to me alone.
Okay, fine. You're here to chaos me, really? You're just kill steal? Ah.
Nocticula, Lady in Shadow, once again, I offer you an alliance. A great alliance.
Oh, he's really begging now.
I've told you before, and I'll tell you again. The answer is no.
GG, Baphomet. You were a lot easier than I thought. You and your daughter. Gonna turn him into ground now? Alright, he's gonna take his heart. Oh, okay. Nice.
It has been a long time since I last killed a demon lord. It is good to see that I remain unsurpassed in my craft.
Nocticula looks at you imperiously as she clutches Baphomet's still quivering heart in her hand. She raises it high in the air and her triumphant voice breaks the silence. How did you get here?
You have been absent for too long. You are the chosen instrument of my will, but for months there was no word from you, and no one in the Midnight Isles knew where you were. I watched you from afar, unseen, but then you also managed to hide yourself from my gaze. If it hadn't been for Lady Vorlesh, I would have thought you dead long ago. She kept reassuring me that you were alive, and then I felt your blood in my realm again, and I heard the sound of Baphomet's hooves as he walked through my land. That is when I realized two things. First, this was my chance to annoy the old goat, and second, betting on you was the right choice.
Your power inspires awe, Lady in Shadow. You are truly invincible.
Such a fate befalls all my enemies sooner or later. You would do well to keep that in mind.
So why did you decide to attack Baphomet? You didn't want war.
I did not want to enter into a difficult, exhausting war against Baphomet when he was at full strength. But massacring his minions when they are helpless and success is guaranteed? Well, that is a different matter entirely. Thanks to recent events, the slaughter can finally begin. Baphomet is frightened. He will not leave his abode for at least a year, because if he dies again within that time, his death will be final.
Oh, he's not permanently dead yet.
This gives me an overwhelming advantage. My black bolts gave him a kiss he will not soon forget, and the memory of their touch will cool his fervor.
Interesting.
Two armies of demons will meet in the coming battle, and one of them will be led by its mistress in all her glory. The other one, however, will be cut off at the head and left without the leadership of its lord. In a year's time, I will have undermined Baphomet's forces and deprived him of his troops and allies. By the time he finally feels invincible again, it will be too late. And instead of crushing my servants and destroying my islands, he will be forced to bargain for his life.
Interesting.
As you can see, I won this war before it started. And it's all thanks to you.
Yes, thank me. Now that Baphomet is dead, will he become an island in your realm?
No. Any demon lord that is killed will return to their abyssal realm, where they will be reincarnated. Their body will be unharmed, but the demon lord will be vulnerable for an entire year. If they are killed again during that time, they will be drawn into the Rift of Repose forever. However, if I kill them, they will become an island in my realm. Therefore, nothing will induce Baphomet to leave his labyrinth during the next year.
Okay, so that's interesting. The demon lord that's killed returns to their abyssal realm. Huh. Okay. Be vulnerable for an entire year. Okay. You said I was gone for several months, but my journey didn't take that long.
Perhaps it felt that way. But believe it or not, Iomedae has already forgotten the hot-headed Golarion who caused mayhem throughout the city. You may have ended up in some sort of temporal anomaly. These sometimes occur in the abyss. Or perhaps someone arranged this anomaly for you. If that is the case, you are lucky to have escaped from it so quickly. You could have been gone for several centuries.
Well, I guess that is lucky then. My power has increased.
Of course it has. Everything went according to plan. Your fight with the Demon Lord sapped much of your strength, and you were forced to rely on the power that you were given by Lady Vorlesh. You reached for it instinctively, without even realizing what you were doing.
Okay, enough about the past, let's talk about the future.
Every Demon Lord needs a weapon. Someone who will be an instrument of their will. Baphomet chose Hepzamirah, and I chose you. I'm glad I picked the superior weapon. You proved yourself stronger than your counterpart, and laid bare the cowardice of my enemy. I, the Lady of the Midnight Isles, will give you the honor and glory that such a deed deserves. With a single blow, you have begun the great war between Nocticula and Baphomet. And I will reward you for this achievement.
Perilous shade.
Your queen will reward you for this deed. But she cannot match the generosity of the Lady in Shadow. Accept my profane gift, and remember the moment you triumphed. The moment Nocticula herself expressed her gratitude and respect for you.
I hope you don't need me to explain to you that this offer is completely unacceptable. Do not agree to bond with a Lord of the Abyss. It is the worst decision you could possibly make.
What is a profane gift?
Every succubus can bestow her dark patronage upon whomever she likes. My magic will enter your being and enhance your already exceptional abilities. It will also allow me to watch over you and, if you are in mortal peril, help you. It will not make me your guardian demon, but you can expect to receive some aid from me. Furthermore, there is one more aspect to a profane gift. It allows the succubus to affect the mind of whoever is under her protection. You have proven to be trustworthy, and so I will not exploit this by invading your thoughts. Others, however, will not be so kind to you. If a powerful demoness charms you with her magic and grants you her profane gift, you will become her toy. A mortal can only have the patronage of one succubus, and I would rather give you mine than leave your enemies a chance to cause you harm.
I don't like the idea of her poking in my mind, right? Okay, I don't think I need your gift. No, I don't need it. Oh.
You refuse my gift? Reject my favor? As you wish. My patronage will not extend to your humble self.
You promised you would help to close the world wound if I killed Hepzamirah.
Conquest is your next step. The world wound can only be closed where it was opened, in the Threshold Fortress. Go back to Golarion, gather an army, and bring the full force of your power down upon your enemies. Baphomet will wish to recall his soldiers as soon as possible in order to repel my attack. You will only have to deal with Deskari's servants. When you get back to Threshold, stand on the edge of the rift that connects your plane and the Abyss, and we will execute our plan.
What's to stop Baphomet from sending more slaves here to mine crystals?
I will stop him. Baphomet's servants will be too frightened to go to the place where their master was killed. And whoever tries to mine my crystals will taste my wrath. You have fulfilled the mission for which you came, Golarion Crusader. The mining of Nehindrian crystals has ceased.
That's good.
And Baphomet and Deskari will no longer have mythic demons under their control.
Well, I mean, Mutasafin still does.
I will send my servants to destroy the network of passages they have carved throughout my islands. I will destroy all their portals, including the one that brought you to Alashanira.
What's happening on Golarion?
It is clear that Queen Galfrey lacks your talent as a strategist. In your absence, she has made several mistakes that have brought Mendev's crusaders to the brink of destruction.
What? Ah, come on.
She is a skilled warrior, and a good leader, but that is not enough. It never has been when it comes to dealing with the world wound. You were the one who tipped the scales toward a victory for Mendev. But you'll soon find out everything for yourself. I won't spoil the surprise.
How do I get home?
The same way you arrived, through the Nexus. The rift that led you into the Abyss is open. Of course, the Queen tried to close up every opening within the Midnight Fane, but I'll let you in on a secret. She didn't close all of them. If you look hard enough, you'll find the way back.
Okay, hold on. Let's finish up on Colyphyr. I still have some things to do in Colyphyr.
As you wish. I only hope that when you get home, it won't be too late to save your plane.
Okay. Cool.
Now it is time for you to return to your plane. You are desperately needed there. And I must attend to my own affairs.
Nocticula's voice has taken on the ominous tone of a dark oracle, delivering ill tidings and grim portents. Alright, let's go. I want to loot them. Man, they were gonna... Oh, I got mythic powers as well. Nice. Okay, cool. Hold on, let's get my mythic powers up. Yes, more lich powers. Give me more spell slot. Yeah, sure, abundant casting. Yeah, give me more spells. Why not? Sure, maybe shout. Yeah, some sonic damage seems to be nice. Sure, why not? Death, clutch. Oh, and also this one as well. Oh, okay, maybe frightful aspect. That's pretty cool. I make myself scary. Yeah, sounds good. Scary Mickey Mouse. Okay. Staunton Vein. What do you want, Staunton? Or maybe enduring spells for Staunton Vein, because maybe I'll get more buff spells for him. Nah, sure. I don't know. Yeah. Regil, what do you want? Yeah, sure. Maybe Abundant Smite Chaos. Yeah, sure. Give him more smites. Sounds good. Delamere. Yeah, maybe Expose Vulnerability, actually, now I think about it. Cool. Nice.
All ears.
Lan. Every time you miss an... Yeah, ranging shots makes sense. Every time you miss an enemy with a ranged attack, your aim improves. You get +1 bonus attack rolls every single... Okay, yeah. You get increasing accuracy. And Woljif now. Or maybe Unstoppable. Sure, let's make Woljif Unstoppable. That's it. Sure. Sounds good to me. Cool. Mythic ranks. Nice. Always good to see it. Alright, we killed the dragon. And the dragon took a bite out of me, but you know what? I'm okay. Wholesome Queen, I hope you're happy. We did your bidding. I killed the dragon. The demon shrieks with delight. You killed her? Did she suffer a lot? Now I'll take her big stupid bones and throw them in the pit of quicksand because they're mine, and the silly lizard is all mine too. And you, I'll reward you. An object begins to move within the filthy belly of the Folsom Queen. There's a squelching sound as she squeezes it out of her like a splinter, and a grimy tube falls to the floor. It looks like something a wizard would use to store valuable spell scrolls. These scrolls have very powerful spells written on them. I took them from a stupid wizard. I created them myself. Yes. The Folsom Queen falls silent, her face screwed up as if trying to work out a puzzle. Finally, she beams at you and declares, "Since you have served me so bravely and faithfully, you must now go and kill Hepzamirah. Then I will reward you with my powerfulness and give you true bliss." The slimy creature lets out a sickly, slurping sigh of satisfaction. So, yeah, okay. You have a deal, we'll destroy Hepzamirah. Alright. Yeah, Hepzamirah is dead, the island is now yours alone. The Folsom Queen purrs in contentment. She wriggles happily, her loathsome body slurping and sloshing with each movement. Now the island is all mine again. I am the queen and this is my domain. Everyone who hurt me is dead. The nasty lizard and the horned bitch are gone. Alright, what will you give me in return for my help? The demon smirks, pretends to be sorry. Actually, for help, you are so greedy. Her ugly face turns a malevolent grin, but there is still one more stranger on my island. You. I promised you my love and affection, but I deceived you treacherously. I'm too good for the likes of you. Yes, I'll just drown you in my whirlpool. Oh, how clever I am. The only thing greater than my cunning is my powerfulness. You piece of crap. Okay, well, she's not that powerful, it seems. Yeah, not that powerful at all, actually.
Time to share your treasures.
Okay, but Woljif is kind of out of it, you know? There you go. See ya, Folsom Queen. You were kind of funny, I guess. There we go. Alright, well, I killed the Folsom Queen, I killed the dragon, I killed Hepzamirah, I killed... Well, I didn't really kill Baphomet, I killed Baphomet's avatar. So yeah, we're gonna keep going now. We're gonna go back to the Nexus and then go back to Golarion and see hello to Galfrey, the backstabber.
We do it my way.
Returns to then find through the rift. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it seems like our camp has been kind of wrecked by demons. That's unfortunate. No, all the slaves that I freed. You promised you'd bring us home and then you left, and then you just left. Why would you do this to us? It's not my fault, come on. Aasimar, you promised you'd save us, that you'd lead us away. We've been waiting so very long. Look, I'm sorry. Why are you making me feel so guilty? We fulfilled the orders of Our Lady in Shadow until the end. She will avenge us.
I do what I must.
So the succubus guards weren't enough either. Oh, they're just dying in front of me. Nice. Well, okay, fine. At least you have some loot. Well, now I feel bad, eh? Now I feel very bad. Okay. To the caves we go. Did my companions survive, or are they also dead? Everyone's dead. Let me, please, I don't want to fight. Hey, Sela, how y'all doing? The Mythic Iz and Drezen seems they did not expect your appearance at the Nexus. What happened here? She looks dismissively at the demon corpse that's been cut in half. A bunch of demons jumped out of the portal. They didn't even think of trying to go around us. Their desperation made them stronger, but as usual, it didn't end well for them. Where did this camp come from? Sela scowls and lowers her eyes. We were waiting for you to return. Took care of those to whom you showed mercy. Long months full of toil and endless trouble, but it was all reduced to ashes in a single attack. Well, I'm back. It's time to head home. Finally, I cannot wait to leave this black water. There are no genuine diversions, no place to relax, and too many blasted demons. I understand. Sorry guys. You know, sometimes space-time troubles, you know, can't do much about it. And it's Zorges as well. Looking up from behind a rock, Zorges casts a wary glance at the battlefield, but there is no sign of fear in his expression. Everyone is dead, and I'm very sorry. I would have helped if I could. What happened here? A portal opened in the mines, and demons came through it. They were scared, and they were everywhere. They destroyed the camp and all who lived in it. I wanted to help them, but I couldn't. I had to hide. How did you survive the slaughter? Avoiding your gaze, the boy responds evasively. Those who wanted to harm me are dead. There are certain powers within me that even demons fear. A darkness both ancient and fearsome. Demons call it Clepothic. When it spilled out, they died. Those who survived fled in terror. It was very unpleasant. This creature is a source of power beyond our control. His presence is a threat to the unit, which is why we must get rid of him. Rigel's words are accompanied by a look that brooks as much argument as an unsheathed blade. Arushi flinches as we were about to leap away from the boy. The Clippots, enemies of demons since time immemorial. When they come, death reigns. The succubus looks at Zorges as if he were a venomous creature, but the fear in her eyes quickly gives way to shame. Forgive me, it is not your fault. Most mortals view me the same way, as nothing but a monster. It was wrong of me to say that. Could your powers be the result of your mother's experiments? Mother was interested in the things hidden in the depth, in the places undisturbed by moonlight. I do not know where it is. Whatever it was that touched me doesn't have a name because names are alien to it. What is this camp? It was a camp that you saved in the Lucian era. When you disappeared, they didn't want to return to the demons, instead chose to stay. Over the past month, they settled here and here, but they were too few of them. When the demons appeared in the mines, they were slaughtered. Okay, thank you. It's good that you're here. I was afraid Yashar's dark waters have swallowed you. Are you ready to go with me to Golarion and start a new life? Zorges is silent and looks at you intently. There's a hint of fear in his eyes. Unless he gives you a hesitant nod. This is going to be a journey. I've never been on a journey before. Okay. Okay, Zorges, come on. Is that everyone then? Is there anyone else that I need to talk to? So what do I do now? Cascade of Fire, find Mutasafin, City of Locusts. This is the way back. Return to the Midnight Fane through the rift. Wants to block all the, however, there's a shortcut back to Drezen. It leads back to the Fane. The commander must make his way through the rift. Okay, trying to find another portal through the Midnight Fane. Is this one? Oh, right here it is. To the Midnight Fane we go. Let's go. Yep. Destroy and leave. The City of Locusts.
The commander found himself in a Lushanira, the very heart of enemy territory. Much to his credit, he managed not only to pique the interest of the Lady in Shadow, but to defeat Baphomet himself.
Yep, that's me.
But after these adventures, does he still remember Golarion and wonder about its fate?
Yeah, I do, actually. Commander's absence, Queen Galfrey assumed control over the crusade. She independently made a number of decisions regarding the development of the main aspects of the crusade. Uh-oh. No, Galfrey, don't ruin my crusade. Alright, end game. Oh, the end game. Is it the end game? Heck yeah. Capture all regions of the world wound. Kenner is gaining freedom to maneuver and driving the enemy into corner only once all the world wound forces are concentrated at its heart will it be possible to deal the final blow. Find a way to Drezen. Within the gloomy walls of this place where the demon lords were once honored, there may still be a way up, one the queen herself failed to find. Okay. Gotta figure out how to get out of here. Oh, Castrogalier is here. Nice to see it. Nice. Okay, are you still loyal to me, Castrogalier? Here's a trace of sadness in the knight's voice. I am your servant, a weapon to be wielded. As long as you hold the hilt, I will serve you faithfully. Okay, sure. Cool. Cool. Through this magical barrier? Oh, it is. Wow. Okay, wow. He's really bad at you know, finding all the soft spots where demons can creep through into Drezen from. Alright. Oh, we're in the barracks. Uh-oh. There's dead crusaders. And dead demons, of course. Who's that? Is that Horgus? Oh no, don't tell me. I have to retake Drezen? You piece of craps. I can't even can't hold down the fort for 6 months, can you, huh? Damn it. Okay, I'm in the barracks now, right? Alright, here we go. The streets are a lot of dead people. Okay. Oh no, everything's, yeah, we're gonna fight. I hope they didn't kill my merchant. In the streets of Drezen, once again. More looters. Is that Nivea? Oh yeah. A slight figure slinks out of the shadow. Hold it. Say your names or my archers will shoot where you stand. The voice is familiar. You don't even have to guess. Anivia, it's you. Commander, Anivia visibly fights her desire to pull you into hug. Ha! I bloody knew it. I told him you'd all come. I got some winnings to collect. He gleefully punches the air. I thought it was you the second I saw you. Why are you here? I'm on a scout patrol, slaying any demons that reach this far. It's kind of routine these days. Anivia glances around, but this ain't the place for conversations. We've got to move, and fast. So you want a bet? Do I get a share of the winnings? Anivia laughs. I'll donate your share to the treasury if we survive. The stuff that's going on here right now, Commander. It's a long story. What happened here while I was gone? Anivia spits. Everything went to shit, to put it mildly. Let's go back to our base. I'll fill you in on when we get there. Base. All of Drezen is our base. Anivia shoots you a bleak, guilt-ridden look. Not anymore. These days we make do with what we got, and what we got is a saw it all. Let's go and talk somewhere more suitable. Okay, Anivia nods. Let's go, but I gotta warn you, news ain't good. No! The crusade has fallen already? Anivia waves a hand in the direction of the camp. There you have it, Commander. Our temporary camp. It's embarrassing to have to show you how things have turned out, but now we're gonna do something about it. What happened to Drezen while I was gone? Anivia folds her arms. The things were quiet at first, you know, as quiet as they were when you were here. I mean, the queen took hold of the reins, but she wasn't going to go against your wishes, so she kind of left everything as it was. She just told everyone to hold on, and that you'd be back soon. Anivia sighs. Things carried on like that for 6 months. Right, I've gone for 6 months? Yeah, why are you acting so surprised? I'm no expert in demon stuff, but if it hadn't been that long for you, there's definitely something fishy going on. A magical trap or something like that. Right, so 6 months have passed. What happened next? So listen, Anivia frowns. 6 months, that ain't nothing new. After a while, we realized that maybe you wouldn't be coming back. The queen was a real cut up about it. She was always praying to Iomedae, asking for her counsel. One time I overheard her blaming herself for sending you to the abyss. But you know our Galfrey, she's laid plenty of friends to rest in her life. If she called off the crusade after every death, we'd have lost the demons a long time ago, right? So Galfrey pulled herself together and made a decision to push forward before the demons recovered from their last defeat, to go on the attack before they thought of doing the same to us. You'd declare dead, you see? We did things properly, though. We threw you a big funeral feast and everything. Everybody was bawling their eyes out. Even Beth shed a tear for you. The queen sent all the civilians to Nerosian, took the Sword of Valor, and ordered all the troops to follow her. Only some folks kind of turned down that particular honor. Anivia shoots you a smile. Your wonder, our wonder. You've been sent to us by the gods, no doubt about it. And maybe we're crazy, but we believe in you. I even started packing my stuff to go, but then I realized I couldn't do it. I felt torn between my duty to the crusade and my duty to my family. I just kept thinking, you are our commander. We've been through so much together. So I told Beth all this, and she said to me, stay, I know what you're feeling. I know your love is with me, but if the commander comes back and finds no one here, he'll lose faith in us. So what is this? You failed to persuade King Galfrey that you should retain the title of Nick. Oh, damn. I had to persuade King Galfrey that I can retain the title of... Ah, interesting. I miss her, of course, like crazy, but I'm grateful as well. She's bound by her oath to the queen, seeing as how you're not commander anymore, but she gave me the freedom to do what my heart told me. To tell you the truth, I thought I'd be sticking around here on my own, but before I knew it, there was a whole gang of us, a ragtag crew for sure, but we're all united and we're all fighting for you. So about a week goes by, and then the demons, the scum, start sniffing around. It was obvious the queen was long gone, and that's when it all started. They came at us with a whole bloody army, those sons of bitches. They're led by Orengofda, a fat hog of a demon. We had to surrender the fortress and retreat to safety. We've been here ever since, scouting out what they're planning next, listening in when we can, picking them off one by one. Anivia scowls. In other words, we've been living like rats. There ain't many of us, and to top it off, our blessed cleric from Canarbras took off recently, heading who knows where. He said he had a dream about some gal and some fella called Mutasafin, and there was a waterfall. Oh, okay. So the population of Drezen has evacuated. Yeah, and the queen has got as many people out as they could, those who agreed to go, that is. Even the dungeons were emptied and the prisoners were evacuated. I did hear that somebody might have escaped on the way to Nerosian, but I didn't ask for details. It's not our problem anymore. Oh, somebody might have escaped. Oh, damn, that's the guy with the social, right? The imposter. Of course, they couldn't move the bodies of those poor people. Those souls were stolen by the jeweler, Sunhammer, whatever his name is. They've been sheltered in the city. Arasno has been looking after them, and Sila's pals from the Hound Hearts have been guarding them all this time. The demons have attacked a few times and given the knights a thrashing. Only Elon was left standing, but none of the victims came to any harm. By Desna, I hope their souls are found, so all this won't happen for nothing. So where are the mongrels? Why didn't they help you? And Ava grimly shakes her head. Deserted, they did. I didn't see that coming, I'll admit. They were good people, strong. There were no signs anything was wrong. But one night, they all just got up as one and left. The guards at the gate tried to stop them. A fat lot good that did. The mongrel slit the guard's throat and vanished into the wound. Nobody knows what happened to him, but they've been rumors. So Savamalik made good on the threat. He got to them. I don't know who this Savamalik might be, but if he can prove the mongrels are innocent, you won't hear me complaining. He enticed them out of the city and lured them somewhere, but where? Okay. Alright, we've covered recent history, but what's happening now? It's all hands on deck here. The one-eyed devil is spying in the tavern. Helor has gone to free captured soldiers from the dungeons. Oh, the one-eyed devil's on our side. That's cool. Healer is gone free. Okay, cool. And the storyteller, he had some vision about you and the queen. He took off running, saying he needed to touch her things. He needed to touch her things to find out where she is. All right. If she's in dire straits, we need to go and help her once we deal with things here. And Captain Sealkind, remember him? Was given the boot by his superiors. He wasn't getting along with them, so they tossed him out on his ear, and get this, the guy just walks right out through the city gates, pack on his back, heading west like he's going on for a stroll. The dumb fool. The captain of the Blackstone Company. Oh, find the crusade under your command. Ah, damn. So what happened? You didn't see eye to eye with the superiors. The higher-ups didn't like the way Sealkind was assigning more and more soldiers to surveying the territory, leaving less and less for military actions. The captain had a dream about discovering a surviving Sarkorian village like Wintersun, and he got carried away. A couple of knights from Nerosian showed up with orders to strip him of his rank. Sealkind started yelling about how, once again, the nobility was neglecting the interests of the common folk. He said that he was trying to carry out a rescue mission, because that's what he called it, while the top brass was only interested in glory from winning battles and the gold Queen Galfrey would put in their pockets. He was about to be thrown out on his ass, but Sealkind beats them to it. He just disappeared. He left Drezen and went who knows where. A new captain was sent to replace him, but the queen took him and the soldiers with her, and when she left. Where do you think he went? I can't tell you where, but I can definitely tell you who. He's gone searching for his beloved Sarkorians. It's a damn shame we lost him too. We could do with another decent officer around here. Bloody amateur archaeologist. Alright, he let his ego get in the way. He was out of line. Well, I mean, he didn't deserve to be like that. Sealkind was a good man. You got that right. Hope he's still alive. If you come across him, tell him to come back. Well, yeah, maybe Sealkind's career isn't over yet. So where did the queen go? Has there been any word of her? Anivia shakes her head. She didn't say anything to those who were staying behind, in case the demons got their claws on us, you know? They could force the information out of us. I don't know if what the storyteller saw was a dream or a vision, but he just dashed off toward the citadel, said he was going to hold some of Galfrey's things and find out where she headed, because the commander would be back soon and would be asking about it. That's what last I heard of him. He's gone for half the day. I've heard better news. What are we going to do now? Anivia furrows her brows. Now that you're here, there's only one thing for it. We gotta win. But to do that, we need to hit him with everything we got. One and done. Here's what we'll do. You head for the citadel. I'll send everyone who's out in the city on assignments back to me. I'll round up everyone within the city walls. We'll meet up again at the citadel and sock it to him in one final punch. But you better hurry. I haven't heard from any of the units in the city for a long while. Maybe there's no one left to round up. And one more thing. Remember the Bell of Mercy, the relic you returned? You'll be walking right past it. Make sure to give it a good whack and make sure all the demons' eyes pop out. It'll at least give us a fighting chance. I heard it's good at frying scum of all kinds. Alright, well, it's time to do my duty as commander. Anivia nods grimly. Good luck, commander. Don't die out there, please. And don't worry about your pals from the Fane. I'll get them here in one piece. Okay, crap. This is pretty not great, huh? Damn you. Finally, I found some friends. One-eyed devil. Well, time to get out of the one-eyed tieflings to sneaking around the exit. Then he noticed Uz and freezes, opening and closing his mouth silently like a fish. Hey, what's the whole Vi spots you and freezes too, staring as if you've just seen a ghost. It's been a while. You can say that again. The tiefling says in a loud, excited whisper. You've already had your funeral. Where'd you come from? Oh, I see. Anivia must have sent you to help us, and she was right to do so, I tell you. I wish I could say we're doing just fine on our own here, but the truth is, I was already thinking we were done for. What happened to the half measure? It's pretty bad, isn't it? And the tiefling shakes his head bitterly. This used to be a nice place to have a drink in good company, but now everything's busted up and covered in filth. Damn demons. It's not the first time the half measure's seen tough times. I've been meaning to do this place up for a while. Change the floor, snap a few coat of paint on the walls, but I never actually got around to it. Well, now's my chance. I've got to say, it still makes my skin crawl when I think of the demons making themselves home here. Okay, it's time to get out here. The tiefling utters a sigh of relief. Right, by the way, we found out that the demons have hidden all the spoils in the hay right outside the tavern. They had no idea I was spying on them through the window. It doesn't make sense to leave all those valuable supplies here, since we're about to wipe the demons out. Faye pats the wall gently. Sorry, half measure, you'll have to wait a little bit longer. Alright, cool. Beaten but not broken. Hell yeah. This is great. Retaking Drezen, just like old times, huh? Hall, a familiar cold-haired healer, brushes some ashes from his sleeve and shakes his head as he inspects a pile of charred demon corpses. They were too stubborn to retreat. Their determination could have helped them in life, but instead they only led to their untimely death. I regret having to kill them. So this guy's the gold dragon, right? The giant smiles and there's a golden gleam in his hazel's eye, right? It's gold dragon. Halisax, a gold dragon. You heeded my advice and spared a young servant of Baphomet instead of killing him. We parted ways, but I promised that we would meet again, and here I am. I have to say, you've changed since we last met. You've become savage and harsh. News of your atrocities has spread far and wide, and there are many who breathe a sigh of relief when they heard of your demise. Yet, I can still feel the spirit of a dragon within you, even if you do not believe it is there. Interesting. Really? Have my atrocities have spread far and wide, really? What are you doing here? I debated for a long time whether or not to interfere in Drezen's affairs. However, the words of the loyal warriors who remained here behind to defend the fortress touched my heart. I was persuaded to get involved, and none too soon, it seems. Halaseliax gestures towards the demon corpses nearby. What happened to the cultists I spared? I heard that he became a healer. I do not know if he still worships Baphomet, but even if he does, I'm certain that he'll bring more good into this world than evil. Halasiliax smiles. You should be proud of yourself. You chose to spare him. Thanks to your decision, the world now has another caretaker of the afflicted. Come with me. You can help drive away the demons. You are not leading a large force against the demons, and that leads me to believe that you do not want to attract attention. And a gold dragon entering the fray is something that attracts a good deal of attention. Trust me. Furthermore, Halasiliax regards you intently. I wish to see for myself what you have achieved since we last saw each other. I want to observe how the dragon spirit manifests within you. Alright, I have to go. Farewell, Commander. This will be a difficult fight, but if you look within yourself, you'll find that your spirit, the spirit of a dragon, cannot be defeated. If you feel the desire to follow Turundalov's example, come and meet me in Drezen after the battle. And if you do not, well, this will be our last meeting. Okay, sure. Found you at last, storyteller. The storyteller turns to you calmly. Long months have passed, Commander, but even while you were away on the other plane, I could hear your brave heart beating. That sound never stopped for a second. Finian laughs. You're a lively one, Grandpa Elf, always finding yourself in the most dangerous spots. Well, I'm so glad to see you, though you'd be safer tucked up by fire somewhere. How have things been in the past 6 months? We spent that time serving the Queen to the best of our ability, but a week ago, after she announced her decision to proceed with the crusade, many of us come to the conclusion that we would not go with her because we did not believe that you were truly dead. We humbly declined the honors offered to us and remained here to await your return. It was an easier decision for me than for others. I had encountered you in the abyss, and I knew you were alive, but not everyone believed me. And then yesterday, I had a vision. I was leafing through the pages that you had collected for me, and suddenly I saw the future. Not the future clamoring to be told by the page in my hand, but your future, the future of the person who first brought that page to me. In my vision, you returned from the abyss, marked by new powers that wound around you like snakes. Your voice made the earth tremble. People and demons dropped to their knees, and Iomedae herself extended you a helping hand. But the only thing you were concerned with was the whereabouts of the banner that Queen Galfrey had taken with her. The storyteller shakes his head. I know what I saw is difficult to believe, but I am in the habit of trusting my visions. So I hurried to the citadel to lay my hands on some of Queen Galfrey's possessions and try to discern where she went and where your banner is now. Do you know where the Queen went? It wasn't easy. I see the Queen's future and her path as if looking through shattered glass. Multiple visions come one after another, distorting her picture. The Queen is in mortal danger at the crossroads of her fate, and her every step may prove fatal. But I did not give up, and misfortune smiled upon me. I touched her goblet and learned where she was leading her army. Her Majesty decides to march for Iz, a bold move, one worthy of a queen who is not accustomed to hiding. Iz, the place sounds familiar. Can you remind me of the details? Oh, Iz, the city that hangs over the abyss. It was once the citadel of legendary rulers, the capital of Sarkoris. But now the demons are tearing it apart and making a mockery of its former glory. 2/3 of its magnificent streets and proud towers have collapsed into the world wound, but the city still just holds on, just as Sarkoris holds on, defeated but refusing to die. We must leave this place. It's time for the final battle for Drezen. The storyteller nods. Yes, your arrival has changed everything. After we lost Drezen, it felt as if the light of hope had left us forever. But you are just like the sword of valor. You are the banner of our victory. There's one more thing. The storyteller pauses for a while. In the shattered fragments that form her fate, I can sense your presence, and I'm convinced that the Queen could sense it too. No one can say what your encounter will lead to, but there is one thing for certain. I know for certain. The Queen Galfrey's fate and yours are tightly intertwined. Oh, interesting. Uh-oh, earthquake. Oh, Mythic Powers. That's the theme song for Mythic Powers Awakening. It's always really good. Oh, here we go. Oh no, there are too many of them. This is useless. We're done for. Don't fall back. Hold the line. Oren Gofta, a huge, oily Nalfnishni is waiting for you with his arms folded. Here comes the commander, kids. Ha 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 ha. So, Commander, do you like what you see? You arrived just in time to hear your friends screaming for help. They trusted you, and look what's happened to them. Do you actually think you can rescue them? Who do you think you are? Only I have the power of life and death over these soldiers. How dare you try to steal what is mine? Such bold words, so much ambition. I might even be a little scared. Ha ha ha. And this is the great hero everyone is so afraid of? Come on, show us what you've got. You are just a jumped up mortal insect. You are a nobody. Oh, evil requires maturity. I am a lord of death. Power rushes through your body, almost ripping it apart. The wound in your chest bursts open in a spray of bloody droplets. The might bestowed upon you by the abyss and Aureli Vorlesh erupts into this world, and you pay for it in the purest agony. The city is steeped in death. The people now dying on the streets are but a drop in the ocean of those who have perished here. Thousands of warriors gave their lives to protect it. Thousands more fell trying to capture it. Drezen stands atop bones, and you hear the soft groans of the dead rising up from underground. You answer them. Oh, all the soldiers coming back. You summon the fallen and rally them for a new fight. You promise that their cold, decayed hands will have another chance to squeeze the life out of their hateful foes, that their ghostly hearts will once again be filled with battle rage. You don't care who answers your call, a brave crusader or a frenzied cultist. Death is a great equalizer. It has erased their faces and given you power over their souls. Oh, damn. Power of Mickey Mouse. Oh. Oh, it's the ghost. Oh, wow, and actually everyone's here. The gang's all here. Oh, wait, she just killed him like that. In the cutscene. Alright. Nice. Oh, wait, am I killing the crusaders? Interesting. Oh wait, is that Iomedae? Oh jeez. Wait, what? She just comes down after I win? Come on, really? An incredible silence suddenly descends over the city. It is broken by the solemn sound of fanfares that seem to come from far away. Everywhere and nowhere all at once, all eyes are turned to the huge stained glass window of the city's main cathedral. It begins to glow with a soft light, and the next breath, a lone figure steps out of the glass onto the cobblestones of Drezen.
Knight Commander, at last we meet.
There is no mistaking her, Iomedae, the goddess who has deigned to descend to the world of mortals. Your companions shield their faces, unable to withstand her radiance. The surviving demons quiver, the townsfolk fall to their knees, but the deity's eyes are on you and you alone. Oh. Gods don't often descend to our world.
They rarely have good reason to.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you are asking yourself why I am here. Gods must not interfere directly in the affairs of mortals. But what is happening here, in the world wound, is no longer the concern of mortals alone.
Oh, okay. Good to know. After I win, you come in. Okay, sure.
And this is proof. This fortress has witnessed so many horrors and miracles. It makes me wonder how it still stands.
For a moment, the goddess diverts her eyes from your face and looks out over Drezen, surveying the chaos caused by the recent battle and the manifestation of your power.
You gain more and more frightening abilities. Death is your loyal servant, and darkness your constant companion.
Well, I am Mickey Mouse.
The demons are defeated, but what I see is not a victory, but the aftermath of an atrocious crime. Drezen has become a city of the dead, and the heroes who swore an oath to me have fallen, and their remains have been desecrated.
Ah, it happens, right?
But I did not come here to reproach you, or to bewail the fate of the unfortunate defenders of Drezen. I wish to stop the forces of evil and defend Golarion, both from Deskari's violent rage and from Nocticula's insidiousness. But that is not my only goal. I have come here to restore justice, for justice is the birthright of all. That's why I hail you as a hero who has triumphed over the demons many times.
Mickey Mouse.
At the same time, I grieve for you, as for a soul that has succumbed to the influence of the Abyss and been poisoned by its evil.
Maybe I did acquire my powers from a dubious source, but I follow my own path.
You may think so, but alas, this is not true. It can be, however, if you accept my help.
Oh, interesting.
In that moment, when my poor herald was being torn apart by monsters, he found the strength to send me a message about what he had learned in the Abyss. You were in Iomedae, where you spoke with the Lady in Shadow and the Architect of the World Wound. They confessed what they had done to you, but they did not reveal the whole truth. Both you and this unfortunate world will have to pay dearly for the power that they so generously bestowed upon you. But all is not yet lost. That is why I have come.
Interesting. Uh-oh. The walls of Drezen shake again, and with a ringing laugh, a black shadow appears before the shining goddess, Nocticula in the flesh. Standing beside her is Aurelia Vorlash, who stares at the goddess with ice-cold rage in her eyes.
here has been taking my name in vain. Ah, it's you, the Inheritor. What's this? Our worst fears have come to pass. The gods are flocking to Golarion. This merry little tinderbox could ignite at any moment, reducing the material plane to dust.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I did not come here to fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you were good for anything else. Forgive me, that was unfair of me. Judging by your successes over the last 100 years, fighting is not your forte. After all, the wound is still there, as far as I know. So why are you here? If you have come to meddle in my affairs, don't expect me simply to stand aside.
I'm ready to hear what you have to tell me.
Do you hear me, Nocticula? You and your servant are under no obligation to leave. I have come here to shed the light of truth. Let us see if you both can withstand its merciless radiance. I cannot change the flow of mortal history by force. After all, the world wound is their doing, although committed at the behest of the Abyss. But sometimes force is unnecessary, and truthful words are all it takes.
The goddess who was mortal not so long ago is eager to judge us for our sins now. My sin, to be precise. What lies behind your eagerness, proud Iomedae? Righteous wrath? Or perhaps fear? Watch out. A simple mortal woman has learned how to grant powers to others. Powers which are beyond the wildest dreams of many Imperial lords. This must be stopped, forbidden, taken away immediately. After all, what need will we have for all these arrogant gods once we become their equals?
That's very interesting, yeah.
Silence. It's impolite to interrupt your elders. But you know, Inheritor, she does have a point. What are you going to do now? Break my weapon, which has made so many victories possible, and only because he received that weapon from my profane hands, and the entire affair must therefore be profane also? What real reasons do you have? Save those born of your envy, your capriciousness, and your suspicions?
My reasons are quite real, as you well know. That is why you appeared here in such haste, is it not? You have woven a delicate lace of half-truths, Nocticula. From you and your servant, the Knight Commander has learned that he is bound to the world wound, that he is slowly dying because of its influence, and that he is yet capable of closing it. But you withheld a crucial piece of information. You never told him that closing the wound won't save him from death. For this lock will destroy the key to which it is bound. The one who closes the world wound will die along with it.
Ah, you liar, Nocticula. How dare you lie to me like that?
That is true. I tried to tell you back in Iomedae, but I was not allowed to. It is an unavoidable consequence of this process. To stitch two planes together as I have stitched Golarion and the Abyss, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. To undo this seam, the original soul, the key, must be ripped apart. No one could survive such a process.
Wait, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. Okay. In other words, I'll die if I don't close the wound, and I'll die if I do close it.
It is true.
Ah.
Now do you see the perils of accepting a demonic gift? No matter how much power the Abyss gives you, that power will always be tainted by lies and misfortune. This is the justice I promised you. The right to know the whole truth, and not to be a plaything in the hands of abyssal spawn.
Nocticula, were you trying to hide this from me?
Trying, you say? I successfully hid the truth from you for as long as I deemed necessary. Are you expecting me to explain myself? My goal is to close the world wound, not to grant you a happily ever after.
Alright. What if I... What if I'm... Goddess, can you help me cleanse my soul of the influence of the abyss?
Aurilu has planted a piece of the abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads.
Okay. What if I'm willing to sacrifice my life if it means closing the world wound?
Oh, how noble! For a brief moment, I even felt some regret that we demons are incapable of such lovely feelings. You see now, Inheritor? My little protege has more nobility in him than you expected. Shame on you.
This nobility is exactly why I came here. To help the Knight Commander learn the truth, and to show him that he has been used. Besides, I do not believe that you have been acting for selfless reasons, Lady in Shadow. Honesty and nobility have never counted among your virtues. You own the main source of Nahindrian crystals, and your servant Aurilu has learned how to break the laws of the universe with their help. Can it be that the ruler of darkness and mistress of assassins has not conceived a way to use this formidable gift for her own benefit?
Accusations, suspicions, all completely hollow, just like your bright-eyed pretty little head. It's a pity you inherited Eridan's sword, but not his sharp mind. I have but one goal now. To stop the armies of that lecherous billy goat and that gluttonous bug from strutting around my domain as if it were their own. I don't give a fig whether it will help mortals or hurt them. If the enemy of your enemy makes you a mutually beneficial proposition, you would have to be a complete idiot to say no.
And yeah, like, everyone loves talking. What if I reject this power?
You will live.
Oh, interesting.
You will lose everything that makes life worth living.
You will spoil a brilliant endeavor and destroy the lives of thousands of mortals who will be devoured by the legions of demons coming from the abyss. Aside from that, you won't do anything extraordinary at all.
Ah, yeah, fair enough. Well, now I'm finally starting to understand the rules of the game.
Yes. The power that Nahindrian crystals grant you will bring about nothing but your own demise. The branches of the Tree of Sin are vast and verdant, but its only fruit is death. You will not be able to save yourself unless you reject everything that has been foisted upon you. Now you know everything.
Interesting.
No, we're not quite finished with the revelations yet. Few secrets remain to be revealed, but they will be worth the wait.
Oh, okay.
Does this look familiar? Do you remember the similar wound above your own heart? I have given you enough hints. Come on, ask me the question I have been waiting for.
With a flick of the witch's wrist, something changes in her as a veil has fallen, one so thin that it was almost invisible, but which had clouded your vision nonetheless. Now you can see what was hidden before, a deep open wound above Aurilu's heart. The wound pulsates as blood drips from it. Oh, interesting. History tells us a lot of curious things about the world wound's creation. After it was first opened, the wound stayed unchanged for quite a long time. Only 30 years later, it grew substantially larger and mightier, instantly and just once, practically overnight. All signs indicate that the second growth was provoked by a process similar to the one that led to the wound's initial emergence. As I learned from the lexicon of paradox, to both create and expand the world wound, you needed a creature to serve as a key. Is that right, Aurilu?
That's right. While stitching the planes together, I took souls and fused them with the abyssal essence. That's what happened to you when I expanded the wound a year ago.
Okay. I received my wound. Well, okay, why are you doing all of this, Aurilu?
Certainly not to curry favor with the demon lords, because frankly, I detest all overlords equally. whether they hail from heaven or the abyss.
How interesting.
I can't really do this when I only have +6. I received my wound because you, Arilu, implanted the essence of the abyss in my soul when you expended the world wound. My question is, why do you have a similar wound? Could it be that because you used your own soul as a key when you first opened the world wound?
Good question. Just imagine. I have wasted so much time chasing the key to the world wound, and the key was right under my nose this whole time. Arilu, my love, come over here.
Oh, she just runs away. Arilu does not look like someone who has been cornered. Without a trace of fear, she gives you a faint nod, and then makes a barely discernible gesture with her hand, and disappears as if she were never even there.
Wait! I said wait! That little bitch. I knew she would betray me sooner or later, but I never expected such an idiotic stunt. But everything seems to be falling into place quite nicely. You see, you don't have to die after all. Arilu opened the world wound, and Arilu will be the one who closes it, whether she likes it or not. Although, someone will need to catch her first, and this will require certain powers.
Interesting. So, I can sacrifice Arilu instead of myself? Okay, interesting. Okay, I don't know how this works, but okay.
Yes, Arilu Vorlesh will pay for her crimes with her life. Her flight confirms that our suppositions were correct. But now we know that the world wound can be sealed with her blood. You have no reasons to remain indebted to the Abyss and indulge the Queen of the Succubi. Reject her gift and secure your victory while being the person you were before Arilu Vorlesh corrupted you. Win as a mortal and become a legend among mortals.
Interesting.
She's talking rubbish. True, we gave you the power, but it was you who chose how to wield it. It belongs to you, and it will remain yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. But first, you must use it to close the world wound. You aren't going to catch this world's most powerful witch, and a half-demon one at that, with your bare hands, are you?
Good point, sure. Both the goddess and the demon lord stare at you expectantly. Okay, before I make my decision, I want to ask Iomedae some questions.
Ask, and you shall have your answers.
Oh my god, I'm actual 10,000 paragraphs. You gained your own power from the Starstone. How is my power any different?
My ascension was not accomplished in one day, and even the test of the Starstone was only one of its stages. I did not merely gain power. I embraced a sacred duty. Your power, on the other hand, stems not from long hours of study, not from trials. It is not the natural talent you were born with and carefully honed throughout your life. It is the result of an evil soul's deranged experiment with the blood of dead abyssal lords.
You imprisoned entire hosts of angels inside the wardstones. Why did you do that to them?
Every one of my angels volunteered for that mission. They all knew what kind of watch they were going to keep. They knew that it would be a hard and exhausting battle, but that the lives of mortals throughout Golarion would depend on it. Alas, angels' minds can be as fragile as the minds of mortals. In less than 100 years, many wavered and wished to break the oath they had sworn. I do not blame them. I blame myself for allowing them to take on a burden that was too heavy for them.
Okay. Did you send your herald to follow me into the abyss, or did he go of his own free will?
He acted on his own noble impulse, and I did not stop him. I also did not try to dispel his misconception about you being my chosen one. I do not lie, but both celestial beings and mortals can be mistaken.
Okay, interesting. So she already knew that I wasn't really like her thing, so okay, interesting. So I guess the hand died for nothing? Okay.
She doesn't lie, sure. She merely withholds some of the truth. For the noblest of reasons, of course.
Do you know what happened to your herald?
My herald, my loyal companion, was captured, and now demons are using him to attack Drezen. They're holding him in the Ivory Labyrinth, Baphomet's realm of the Abyss. It is a place I cannot go. Not even to save my faithful friend. For doing so would start an interplanar war.
Interesting.
Right now, as we speak, Baphomet's servants are torturing the hand
Oh,
of
he's still
the
alive.
Inheritor. Tormented and anguished, he reaches for you with his thoughts and his soul. I cannot tell if he sees you as a great unfulfilled hope or a last chance. But Baphomet knows well how to exploit such desperate yearning. He has turned my herald into a source of power to open temporary portals. They do not last long, but they lead from the dungeon where the hand of the Inheritor suffers, right to your doorstep. Baphomet does not need to lead his armies through the rifts. Now he can send them right here.
Interesting.
As long as my poor herald remains in the hands of that monster, this will not stop. I cannot say if it is still possible to save him, or if putting him out of his misery is the only way. I cannot openly ask you to intervene. But if you decide to do so, you will be helping both yourself and the one who chose the martyr's path when he followed you into the abyss.
Okay. Ever since I acquired these powers, everyone has believed me to be Iomedae's chosen. Why didn't you do anything to dispel this misunderstanding?
At first, I did not know who you were, or where your powers originated. This was revealed to me only when my herald offered up his dying prayer from the depths of the abyss. And following his desperate plea, I sought to confirm my suspicions. Until that point, I had observed you without intervening. After all, your crusade was securing victories, the first Golarion had seen in many years, so even if it was not I who had sent you into battle, it felt unfair to undermine you.
Yeah, exactly.
In other words, our Imperial guest had no problem with your power, as long as she didn't know where it came from. She didn't even share her suspicions with her own herald. And after all that, someone dares to claim that demons are the most deceitful creatures?
You should not blame someone else if you base your accusations on vague suspicions rather than solid proof. You call my behavior deceitful. You, of all creatures, who kept the commander ignorant of the fate you had chosen for him? Indeed, the insolence of demons knows no bounds.
Okay, interesting. A demon lord stands before you. Why don't you destroy her right here and now?
I could. But then every other demon lord would decide that he or she was next and stand against me. In response to that, the Imperial lords would take up arms. Then Hell, Heaven, and Elysium would join the conflict. A war would break out, one which mortals could not hope to survive.
Okay, so it's like a World War I scenario, Archduke Ferdinand kind of style. Why have you decided to descend to the world of mortals at this particular moment?
As I have already said, I am here to open your eyes to Nocticula's lies and to prevent more calamities in the future. You are at a crossroads now. I will not force you to do anything, but you needed to learn the truth and have the chance to cleanse yourself.
So why did Aurelu do everything possible to lead us to the idea that she was the key too?
The impulses that drive a soul as black as hers are beyond my comprehension. Perhaps she was startled by my arrival and decided not to bother keeping a secret that was bound to be revealed. Or perhaps she is up to some cunning scheme. Be on your guard. The architect of the World Wound will surely try to bring you down. For if she truly is a key, then it must mean that she will die sooner or later due to the influence of her own horrible creation. And that means that sacrificing you is her only chance of survival.
Interesting. Okay. Explain to me again, how exactly can you help me cleanse myself of the influence of the Abyss?
Aurelu has planted a piece of the Abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads.
Interesting. I have no more questions, I guess.
It is time to make your decision then.
Okay, I can ask Nocticula as well. Nocticula, I have some questions for you.
If you have questions, ask away.
Why did you try to hide the fact that the closing the world wound would kill me?
Because if I'd told you the truth, you would have refused to do it. But you're not angry with me, are you? After all, everything has worked out perfectly fine. We found another key. So now you can live and enjoy your life. Provided that you catch Aurilu, of course.
Now that we've decided to use Aurilu to close the world wound, do you still want me to keep the powers I acquired from her?
Of course I do. Firstly, you'll need those powers to catch Aurilu and bring her to Threshold. Surely you don't think she'll willingly fall into your hands, and the demonic hordes will politely make way for you. And secondly, the powers Aurilu gave you protect you from dying before your time. None of us want the wound to kill you prematurely.
That's fair enough.
You are extremely useful to me alive. After all, if you let Aurilu slip through your fingers, we can always go back to the original plan for closing the wound.
Aurilu deliberately led us to the idea that she was a key too. Why?
Apparently, she understood that her secret was about to be revealed anyway, so she decided to leave in style. What human female over 100 years old wouldn't feel flattered at being the center of attention? Although she could have other reasons. She obviously wanted us to understand everything and immediately rush off in pursuit of her. She's probably been preparing for a war of all against all for a long time. And now she wants to wage it on her own terms. Expect treachery and traps wherever you go.
Where could Aurilu have fled to?
No, let's think. She's hidden in the abyss before. She won't dare to return there now. Not only to my realm, but to any other either. Even if Baphomet and Deskari both take it upon themselves to guard Aurilu personally, that won't stop me from sneaking in, slitting her throat, and leaving undetected. And she knows that.
Okay.
If I were her, I would hide in a place where the powers of her enemies were uncertain, and her own power was close to unlimited. I say you should look for her here, in the World Wound.
Aren't you afraid to stand in the presence of a goddess?
Tut tut, how rude! I wouldn't say the girl is that hideous.
Okay.
I admit her face is far from perfect. Her body too, to be honest. But all in all, not bad. I've seen worse.
Okay.
Your theatrics are too transparent to offend me, demon. At least, they can hardly offend me more than the very fact of your existence.
Do you really plan to use me to become a goddess yourself?
That is nothing but the wild speculation of a little girl who gained celestial power through no merit of her own and now fears that others may do the same, forcing her to share her place in the spotlight. Do I want to become a goddess? Of course I do. Who wouldn't? Can you help me with that? Sadly, no. Of course, Aurilu used to blather on about how her brilliant invention could bake gods like pies. But between you and me, the cleverer the inventor, the larger their ego becomes. So far, she hasn't managed to create anything stronger than you. And no offense, but you're no match for any deity.
Okay, fair enough. I have no more questions.
Very well. It's time for you to make your decision then.
Oh, jeez. I want to ask my companions for advice. What do you all think about this?
After I rejected my demonic past, I lost some of my previous abilities. It was difficult, but I coped with it. You are stronger than me, so there's no way that you won't get through this. Cast off the power of the abyss and follow your own path.
Interesting.
I enjoy feeling mythic power within me. But my life was perfectly fine before it. So it is up to you to decide.
Wait, I actually have to give up everything? Like all my mythic power? Oh, damn, I don't know about that, guys.
Your power doesn't lie in magic tricks. You know it doesn't. Your real power is inside you. You can win without tricks. I will help you.
Uh-oh.
As a cave monster who's going to grow old and die in about 10 years' time, I can tell you this. There's no power in the world that's worth selling yourself out to the abyss for. Being the invincible companion of the magical commander was fun and all, but we don't need it. It doesn't really matter how much magic they've heaped on you. You're the commander because you have the heart and mind of a true commander. Screw your power. Don't betray yourself. That way, we'll win.
Uh-oh.
I'm a member of the Order of the God Claw, and I cannot disregard the opinions stated by one of the 5 deities whose virtues we extol. However, I also cannot support it unconditionally. Your power is a useful tool. Its nature is solid, and it tends to yield effective results. To reject such a tool for the sake of an abstract ideal would be highly unwise.
Fair enough.
Retain this power and use it to bring the criminal Aurilu Vorlesh to justice, and to rid this world of its greatest scourge. Such an outcome would represent a grand triumph of order over chaos.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're halfway to becoming worse than Baphomet and Deskari combined.
What?
Reject this
Hold on.
demonic crap, no matter how much power it gives you. Iomedae herself has offered you her help and a chance to redeem yourself. Don't squander it, because you'll never have another chance like this. That's it. No way back.
Oh no.
After all you've done, I am not even sure that you still have a chance for redemption.
Oh, come on, Socio.
But if even a grain of humanity still remains in you, please do as the goddess says.
Oh, jeez.
My brother is wise. Listen to his advice.
Okay, Dire One.
Someone pinch me. We are standing in the presence of the most pompous goddess in the world, debating whether we should listen to her or send her packing along with her invaluable opinions. I shall remember this moment for the rest of my life.
Okay, Darren.
Even as I stand in Pharasma's court, I shall tell this story to anyone who will listen.
Okay.
As for your original question, I have no idea what you should decide. Do as your heart tells you, or just flip a coin.
Fair enough.
I'd better keep my mouth shut. No offense, but if I say something wrong and they hear me, I'm toast. Nothing good'll happen in my life ever again. Playing games with these crazy old, with ladies like these might be dangerous. So you better figure out what to do by yourself, all right, Chief? You're smart. You'll make the right choice.
Man, everyone is overwhelmingly against
Your
this.
powers are interesting from a theoretical point of view. You are an experiment started by Aurilu Vorlesh, and terminating it before it is complete would be foolish, not to mention impolite.
Yeah, okay, now you understands. Okay, sure.
I am waiting for your answer. I hope you will choose wisely.
Quite right. Make your choice, and make it the right one.
Okay, so it literally puts me into the screen. Okay, look, guys, I'm not gonna give up my lich powers, okay? My lich powers are so cool. I like being a lich, okay? Guys, come on. I'm sorry, everyone, but I guess I have to accept this power. Okay, I'm gonna do good with it, alright, guys? Mickey Mouse, you can trust Mickey Mouse. There we go. Lich power is activated. Okay. But it is sad from a story point of view. I kind of did want to, like, you know, trust... I do trust Iomedae more than I trust Nocticula, but I'm not going to give up my lich powers. Not now. Like, okay. Alright, we'll see what happens. Sure, let's try Sorceress Reflex. Cast the first spell after an initiative roll as a swift action. Okay, if that spell is either first level or 2 levels lower than the maximum level, something. Sure. Sorceress Reflex. Sure. Cool. Sounds good to me. Oh, I can get another skeleton thing. Let's make him a fighter. Yeah, skeleton fighter. Sure. Sounds good to me. Skeletal fighter, cleric. Sure. Bonus combat feat. Oh, I can give him combat feats? Really? Okay. Oh, I'll give him outflank then, please and thank you. Yeah. Weapon focus. Oh, okay. There's no scythe here? What? I can't give him a scythe weapon focus? Don't you dare. Yeah, sure. I have interesting great swords. Okay, sure. I'm gonna make him great sword. Out of all these, I guess the only one that I want is a great sword. I don't have a scythe here. Ugh. Angelic Aspect, Dispel Magic Greater, and Angelic Aspect Greater. Got Sorceress Reflex. That's Skeletal Fighter 1. Sure. There we go. The choice is made. All you have to do is announce it to everyone. I have to be so dramatic. Okay. The bones of the dead tremble in their graves. The skull whisper my name. Don't ask me to become mortal again, for I have stepped beyond the limits of death.
Your pride will destroy you.
Yeah, I guess
and
maybe.
Perhaps
maybe.
all of Golarion with you. But I shall not intervene now, so as to avoid causing even more suffering to this world. Farewell.
Goodbye, Iomedae.
You gave us hope. Did you really do it, only to crush it with your own hands?
Come on, Socio. Come on.
Heaven be my witness. I've followed you for a long time, and I sincerely believed that even though you made some morally questionable choices, you could save the world from the abyss. Well, maybe you will save everyone after all, but I won't be a part of it. Because I can't tell what's worse for this poor land, being invaded by demons or being ruled by a necromancer tyrant!
Uh-oh. She's not happy. And she's gone.
It would have been so foolish for
Damn.
you to reject your powers. So many victories, so many achievements lie ahead for you. Well, go now. Capture Arilu, and prove which of you is making the best use of her invention. I'll be watching you.
Demon Lord blows you a kiss and disappears. Actually, okay, she enunciated that really well. Okay. Time passed 2 days. Oh, okay, the undead have filled the streets. Okay. Wow, it's a lot of undead now, huh? Oh, Wolf's still there. Oh, we got ghosts and everything. My ziggurat looking regal and beautiful. The thing is ugly now, the courtyard. It's my commander's desk. Okay, the cleric's face shows grim determination mixed with fear. His fists are clenched, but his knees tremble treacherously. He meets your eyes, and you can see how hard it is for him not to look away. Mickey Mouse, I came here to tell you, this cannot continue. I love you, but we must break up. Oh damn, I forgot about this. Right, the cleric inhales raggedly as if fighting for air. You're no longer the person I fell in love with, not a hero of the crusade, not a source of hope and support for mortals. You've turned into a monster. The blood of countless innocents is on your hands. I can't kiss your lips knowing the blasphemous orders they've given. Don't be ridiculous. No matter what kind of power I possess, I will use it to defeat the abyss. But at what cost? You were granted a power most mortals could never dream of, and what did you do with it? You could have been an angel of hope, but you chose to be a monster. You fight evil, this is true, but how you are any different from our enemies? And after we win, who knows? Perhaps you will decide to turn against your current allies. Okay, so we'll never see each other again. If you allow it, I would like to stay in your party and fight by your side. It will cause each of us pain to see the other, I realize this, but the warrior waging against the forces of the abyss is the highest priority. Oh, okay, so he's staying. Once it's over, I'll put an end to your heart's agony. I'll leave, but not before we win. Okay, sure. Alright, fine then, it's over. Better not sorrowfully, yes. Okay. Alright, well fine. Then be on your merry way. I won't shed a actually, stare silently at Socio. I don't have to say that. Shivering under your gaze, the cleric hastily leaves your study without another word. Okay. Well, that's that, I guess. Ooh, Anivia's wavering, anxious voice seems grotesquely out of place. She speaks shamelessly, breaking the tranquility and remarkable hush that reigns in the city. Well, that's it, Commander. We're all dead. Or soon will be. This ain't our crusade anymore. It's just yours. It's good that Erebeth went with the Queen. She doesn't need to know what your dead did to the folks that survived the attack. If fate brings the two of us together again, I'll tell her that they were as good as dead anyway, even before you came. Anivia's voice sounds hollow. I did what was necessary. You understand that, don't you, Anivia? Like me understanding makes any difference. Don't act like you care what I think. All you need are silent puppets, and no doubt I'll be one of them soon. But just wait for me to die in battle first. Bring me back into the ranks and send me out again to keep on fighting, this time without any doubts to hold me back. Alright, Drezen is so quiet, so peaceful now. You're telling me there ain't anybody left to make noise. Your dead killed all the demons and almost all the folks who survived the attack. Oh, is that what I did? I thought I wanted to coexist with them, no? With the undead laws? Okay, whatever. Even the wounded and the defenseless, when there were no throats left to tear out, they just dispersed across the city waiting for news orders. Cellars stuffed full of motionless corpses whispering gibberish. I saw him when I was searching for survivors after the battle, and I found him. All of them. We must act before the enemy destroys all that I have achieved. A muscle twitches in Nivia's cheek. Yeah, you're a master at resurrecting things from wreck and ruin. So where do we start? Plundering a couple graveyards? Killing an innocent? I'm sick of sanctimony. Just tell me what you want and I'll do it. What's the situation at the front? Unknown. Her Majesty mustered all the troops she could, raised the sword of valor, and advanced on the demons. There's been no word from her since she left. Perhaps she's boldly taking Iz even now. Maybe her bones have already been picked clean by demons. We don't know, but I doubt anybody except you will be able to find out. But that's not all. Baphomet's minions keep taking swipes at us. The scumbags are holed up somewhere at the Ivory Labyrinth, I'll bet. They keep opening portals in different spots, dropping off a dozen units and then closing the portal before we can get to them. We lost more scouts than I care to admit before we figured out how we're pulling off that little trick. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe you could go into one of those portals in time. You could be ready for them somehow so that when one opens, you get inside and crack some skulls. They might even be holding the poor herald in there. If he's alive, you can free him. Okay, how do you feel after seeing the goddess in the flesh? My ears are still ringing from those trumpets. After witnessing that sight, I don't think I could be surprised by anything ever again. As you just heard, I had to catch Rielu. Any idea where I should look for her? Not especially. She's been roaming the abyss all this time, and now the avenue is closed, so to her. Nocticula and the other demon lords are all slavering for a piece of her. I think she's someplace around here in the wound. Some nasty little piece of it, like Iz, or maybe she went as far as the threshold. An entire army of demons enhanced by hindering crystals was being sent here. It's being led by a demon named Mutasafin. Do you know anything about that? Scouts reported the movements of a large demon army far to the southwest of Drezen. They were marching across a dried out lake. There used to be a Sarkorian holy place there, I heard, but where they went, nobody knows. They're not heading for us, that's for sure, at least not yet. Thanks for the report. I'll be setting off without delay. Anivia sighs heavily and looks at you sadly. You used to be different. What have we become? An army of the dead. It's a mockery of what we once called the crusade. And the scariest part is, now it's too late to change tack. We've got no choice but to keep going. Yep, no choice now. We'll keep clearing the rubble. We pull out the new corpses every day, and even more keep drifting towards your ziggurat from across the region. By the time you come back, there'll be a whole army awaiting for you. Hell yeah, that sounds good. Deal with the bladesmith. Oh, it's Finian. Regil looks slightly more tense than usual. Mickey Mouse, I have fairly important news. I will do my best to be brief. The Hell Knight orders have not reacted well to the developments I mentioned in my latest report, specifically regarding the true source of your power. The very notion that we have been cooperating with a weapon forged by Rielu Vorlesh and Nocticula have caused discontent. The orders have not issued any official edicts, but many chapters and high-ranking knights have been recalled from their assignments and barricaded themselves in one of our outposts, the one you know, in fact. I suggest you go there and resolve the issue between the orders and the crusaders. This is a matter of importance. How could you even think that reporting this to the orders could be a good idea? Do you really think I could withhold such information from my superiors? Do not degrade me of yourself with such a ridiculous suggestion. What kind of reaction should I expect from the Hell Knights? Any, up to and including a formal declaration of war, which is why you must go to the outpost and resolve the issue before it devolves into open conflict. Very well, I will go there as soon as possible. Excellent. That is all I have to report, so I will return to my duties and you may tend to your own other affairs. Okay, interesting. Okay. Mickey Mouse. The succubus gazes at you despondently. She always speaks quietly, but now her voice is a barely audible whisper. In my dream, a fire destroyed almost everything. The only thing that survived was a table. I've returned to my dream world so many times. The nightmare still lurks there, but I want to understand why this table is so important. Why did it survive the fire? I can't figure out what makes it special. It looks like a simple piece of furniture. It just stands there. What's it supposed to mean? And what am I doing wrong? Is your nightmare still attacking you? Not openly. It still lurks in the shadows, gnawing on my soul from within. It never leaves me alone, but it still hasn't tried to fight me again. Would you like to enter your dream again? I don't think that will help. We've already been there together, and no, there must be something else. I must look at it from a different side, but how do you find the other side of a dream? The other side of a dream is called reality. Perhaps this table represents something that you are supposed to do in real life. You might be right. It surely brightens considerably, but what exactly should I do? Find a table? Buy one? Perhaps I should learn the craft of carpenter and make one myself. So many possibilities, and I don't even know where to begin. Her excitement gives way to dismay. Perhaps Desna could help you solve this riddle, but she was the one who asked me to solve it. I don't think she's going to tell me the answer. I must find it myself, but how? Where did this table come from? Where did it come from? Ursula considers your question. She taps her lips thoughtfully. Oh, I remember now. There was a loaf of bread on that table. That was Anivia's dream, remember? She said that she wanted to learn how to bake. The bread went up in flames along with all the other fragments of her dreams, but the table remained. If this table came from Anivia's dreams, perhaps you could talk to her. I've been living among mortals for a while now, but there's still so much I don't understand about your kind, how you live and what you dream about. You're right. We should ask Anivia. It's part of her dreams, after all. That's a good idea. But the succubus shifts from foot to foot reluctantly. Could you please talk to her instead? I don't even know how to begin a conversation like this. It's so impersonal. Please ask her. I'll be standing nearby. I don't think Anivia wants to talk to me right now, if I'm being honest. Oh, what the heck? Oh, it's Hawkblade. The Inquisitor appears calm and dignified, but the gaze he turns on you is anything but friendly. Good day to you, Commander. I suppose you've already guessed what brought me here. We parted ways after discovery we made a Count Arendes to date. You and I both know that the Count has become a conduit for an unknown entity, which I call the Other. I retreated to Nerosian and then went beyond Mendev's border, looking for mentions of any such entities and ways to fight them. And now that my research has borne fruit, I'm ready to tell you anything about it. You are not very good at hiding your antipathy, Inquisitor. I'm trying to remain professional, the Inquisitor says with a slight shrug. shrug. But I'll be blunt, Commander. I met after the Battle of Canabras, and the commander I see now are two completely different people. If I didn't consider the other a colossal threat, I doubt I would have come to you today. But I'm an Inquisitor, not a Paladin. I can allow myself a short-term alliance with someone whom my faith deems unacceptable, if countless lives will be saved from a greater danger. Why did your search take so long? Because we are dealing with a rare phenomenon, a true anomaly. The Mendev Inquisition has amassed substantial experiences in fighting demons, but here we are against something completely different. I had to trawl through our archives searching for cases that seemed in any way similar. I sent inquiries to friendly temples and reached out beyond our nation's border to experts on the unknown. It was dull and painstaking work, but it was necessary. So what have you learned about the other? I must be honest, I still don't know what it is. However, I managed to find some evidence of similar incidents. Individuals who, in a horrible moment in their life, became a gateway for an unknown entity. The most curious part is that all these cases appear almost sequential. They appeared in various corners of Golarion, but no two incidents ever occurred at the same time. This leads to believe that we are dealing with a single entity, one that has been secretly present in our world for a very long time, merely changing its gateways on occasion. While I do not know what this entity is, I managed to find something of great value. A Varisian arcanist managed to pick up the trail of the other and invented a ritual to weaken and bind it. She died under very suspicious circumstances. Her decapitated body was found in her laboratory. Her head was never found, but her notes are survived, including the description of the ritual. I've discussed it with several highly esteemed experts in the magic, and I'm inclined to consider this a reliable weapon. We can use this ritual to lure the entity out, bind it, and probably exterminate it. To do that, we'll need your assistance, Commander. Okay, what do we need to do? We must carefully prepare the ritual and then bring Count Arande on the designated location. The ritual will lure out the other, weaken its connection with the Count, and bind its essence to our world like an anchor. The last part is especially important. All the evidence indicates that while the gateway is active, the other can travel freely between the material plane and some unknown special space that lies beyond. If we fail to bind the other with the ritual, it will either escape or, in the worst case scenario, drag us into its realm. Hence, we must lure it out and then, I suppose, defeat it. There's one more thing. Aside from the fact that we'll have to fight this incredibly powerful and horrifying creature, the other suspicions must not be aroused until the very last moment, and this means that the Count must know nothing as well. The best course of action would be to just take the Count to the designated location without telling him the reason for the journey. Then we must frighten him and make it appear that his life is in danger. The other will believe that its gateway is in peril, and then I hope it will show up to protect it. The ritual circle will work as a trap, but it is crucial, and I stress this, that we convince the entity that we know nothing of its existence, that it is Daeron who is in danger, not the entity itself. Otherwise, there's no knowing what may happen. I don't want to give the adversary any chance to outmaneuver us. Why do you think the other will appear to protect Daeron? The Count has been in danger many times before, and it's nothing special has ever happened. You have a special connection with your companion, Commander. You shared part of your mythic powers with them. Then they journeyed through the abyss with you and survived to tell the tale. I believe the other understands this. It also must understand how dangerous it would be if you were to become not a benefactor, but an enemy to its gateway. I'm certain that it will react to a threat coming from you as opposed to any ordinary encounters with demons and cultists. Are you sure that the other is hostile towards us and all this time has never tried to attack me? I'm certain that this entity is dark and truly evil. The evidence in my instincts as an Inquisitor are undeniable. Wherever the other manifests itself, strange and ominous things begin to happen. In particular, I am positive that it is responsible for all the magically decapitated corpses, the ones that were found at Heaven's Edge after the tragedy, and in Canabras after Deskari's attack. In both places, some of the corpses belonged to civilians and others demons, and in Canabras, some of the victims were cultists. I am convinced that the other is pursuing some interest of its own, and thus far it has ruthlessly exterminated anyone who can learn of its existence. But now you and I know that it exists. Draw your own conclusions. How dangerous is it? It's extremely dangerous, which is why I've come to you with this. All the evidence I've collected on the other, in particular the list of its victims, which include powerful demons and strong mortal mages, make me certain that we're dealing with something extraordinary here. It is stronger and more dangerous than Baelors and generals of the Abyss. I also suspect the oracle powers that the Count has developed to come from the other. As a rule, only gods, imperial lords, and any other extremely powerful beings are capable of granting such abilities. I know no one except for you who could challenge such an entity, so I'm asking you to help for the safety of all who dwell in Golarion. However, I believe that we can shore up our strategic position if the other doesn't suspect we're preparing a trap until the very last moment. Even the most dangerous creatures become more vulnerable when caught off guard. The main thing we must do is take a methodical approach to stay alert. I think that is within our capabilities. If Daeron is the gateway, can we just slam this gateway shut and leave the other on the other side? We can, by killing the Count, the Inquisitor answers simply. But firstly, I'm not sure that the other won't try to protect its gateway, and in that case we would have to face it unprepared. And secondly, I'm opposed to the idea in principle. Sometimes Inquisitors must make hard decisions. I have a great many in my lifetime. For instance, I can kill a person possessed by demons if he or she is at imminent risk of taking many lives, and I have no time to perform an exorcism. But in this instance, the situation is not so critical. We have a way to fighting the other. I will not agree to commit cold-blooded murder, not even the murder of someone as disgraceful as Count Arande. Alright, sure, I'll help you. Thank you. Now let's go over the operation once more. I'm convinced that we must lure out the other somewhere far from Drezen and other populated places to avoid civilian casualties. I have chosen a suitable location within the World Wound. I'll mark it on your map. You must bring the Count there without alerting to him what's happening. I assume that another foray into the World Wound will hardly raise his suspicions. I'll await you there when the ritual circle completed, but before we reach the crucial moment, you must make the Count and the other believe that the Count is in danger. I suppose the easiest way to do that was to tell him that you made a deal with Mendev Inquisition, and the Count will have to face punishment for his crimes, real or imaginary. I'll find a way to intimidate him, but you must play along. We need to provoke the other to come out and to protect its gateway. That's when we finish it off once and for all. This case will be my greatest triumph or my greatest failure, but I firmly believe that it must be done. Remember my words. The other must be convinced that we are not a threat to the Count, and that we know nothing of its existence. The slightest suspicion could prove fatal for us until we meet again, Commander, and may the gods be with us. Okay. Oh, we have more, even more talking people. Lathamus. A pale, ghostly image appears in front of you. You recognize Lathamus, the antiquarian, the scholar you helped some time ago. His translucent form flickers intermittently, and you have difficulty making out his words. Commander, it's Themis. I won't be maintained spell for long. Open the door, treasure room. Please hurry. Okay, what door? What are you talking about? The door to the Dragon Burial Ground, the bell, the craves. Remember? Oh, right. Why? What? Did you manage to open the door? Yes, I won't enter without you. Waiting on your help. I'm on my way. I'll be waiting. Please hurry. Okay, the vision of Lathamus flickers and fades. Wow, that's a lot of stuff happening. This is the finale, I guess. Melessa. Commander, you look up and see Melessa, the green-eyed fisherwoman from the village of Chili Creek. Oh, her hair is a mess and her face and clothes are covered in soot. It looks as though she traveled here in a hurry and met with a few dangers along the way. Help, please help me. He's gone crazy. He will kill him. Calm down, what happened? You remember Jernod, the cleric who came to our village a year ago? The locals weren't very welcome to him back then. After all, he was a stranger who was preaching about a strange new god. But little by little, he became one of us. He went fishing alongside us and he told stories about the crusade. He told us about meeting you and seeing the queen and the songs he used to sing. They just made you want to stop and listen. Well, eventually, the fisherwoman looks down. We became very close. We started to plan a wedding. My brother didn't seem to mind at first, but after we got married, well, that's when he lost it. He became violent. He threatened to hurt us. I tried to talk to him, but Melissa shakes her head sadly. We even thought about leaving the village, but when my brother found out, he lost his mind completely. Markle is strong, and no one else in the village dares to challenge him. It was a miracle that I managed to escape, but my husband is still there. He didn't make it out of the village. I don't know what's happened to him. Help us, please. What caused this change in Markle's behavior? Melissa looks away and replies softly, Markle, he really honors the village traditions. We've been worshipping the river for many generations. He was not keen on having the cleric of a foreign god in the village, but he was willing to tolerate Jernod's presence for a while. However, my relationship with Jernod really disappointed Markle, especially when he discovered that I had begun to worship Erastil too. Interesting. There's a swarm mythic pack there. How did you get here? It's a miracle, I guess. Everything's on fire out there and all those monsters. But never mind me, I managed just 5. I made it here in one piece. But I am in serious trouble and I have no one I can turn to for aid. Please help me. You're my only hope. Alright, I'll help you. Thank you. I'll head back to the village. I'll do my best to keep him from flying into rage. But please hurry. I'm afraid he might do something terrible. Damn. Okay. Well, there we go. That's it then. Everyone hates me. I'm a lich now though, so that's cool. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is probably a longer episode. We had Iomedae, we had Nocticula, we had a Rilu Vorlesh, we had the all-star cast really. It was pretty good. It was a great episode. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing it, and I hope to see you all next time. But until then, goodbye for now.